Okay, we are going to start with the hat with these two pieces, and I already fold these sections right here, and this is the piece that has a score line. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's right there, and that's going to be your reference to attach these other pieces. And also make sure that this part is the one that is facing down, because that one is smaller comparing to the top. And then also what we're gonna do is we are gonna start in kind of like be in the middle or the center of the oval, which is the base. Right here you will see a sign, kind of like a cat space, and that will be your reference to know where kind of the center is. That way the first piece that you are gluing is the front, and then the second one is the back of the hat. You can definitely glue these two pieces prior gluing them to the base of the hat, but for me this is always easier. I don't know why. So whatever works best for you, as long as you follow the shapes, that will help. But I will show you in a minute how that will look. So then the last part here will be just to attach these two sections right here, and then I will have pretty much the first part of the hat complete. Just gonna use a clip here probably to make sure it doesn't move, or maybe it won't. So right now you can see that looks like an eye, but it's not like that. So this is how it will be. The two pieces will be glued before you actually glue them to the base. For me, it's a little bit more difficult always like that. So that's what I did the other way. So now we are gonna attach the top of the hat. And for this part, I'm gonna use hat glue, because I kind of need it to be attached right away so the circle doesn't move. And I'm gonna start for one of the sides, because those are the parts that are kind of not bending. They look folded, like if we had an eye and we are trying to get the circle. So I'm gonna start for one of those sides first. And then I'm gonna go all around, and make sure you are exactly attaching the circle, as you don't want to have a section missing, because these two pieces are very even once they are glued. If you have any issues with this, what you could do is make the circle a little bit bigger and then cut any excess that you have. But I highly recommend just try to glue it very even, the two pieces, to get the results that we want. Okay, so now I have the hat. You can see that the circle fits perfectly. And then I'm just removing a little bit of hat glue, and this is how my hat looks so far. So now we're going to use these two pieces, which are going to go right here, and these are pretty much to create the lid purpose of the hat. So that way we can use the hat as the lid for the bags. And I already folded these sections in advance, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue them to this section right here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna glue these two last sections right here. And now I'm gonna glue it to the hat. And this part right here, we wanted to leave it in the back of the hat. So keep an eye on that so it doesn't show at the front of the gift box at the end. So this circle is also even with the circle of the hat, so that way we are making sure that this part is exactly centered towards the hat, and that way it will look even once we close the bags. Okay, so this is gonna be my front because I don't have that section that I mentioned it before is actually in the back. So now I'm gonna start actually working with the glass or cup, beer cup. I don't know if that will be the right way to call it. And we are gonna start with these two pieces. So I kind of bent this one a little bit so it has a rounded shape right away, so it's easier to glue it. And again, you can glue this one right like this before you attach it to the base, but for me it's always easier to do it to glue it like this at the end. So I'm gonna start right here, and I think I'm gonna use just regular glue for this part. Now I'm gonna glue these two sections to close the beer cup. And I'm using also a clip so I keep the top stable, because that way we make sure that the lid will close correctly. So this is the next piece. This is the next piece that we are gonna attach to the beer cap. And I'm just finding something weird here. Probably the cuts. Anyways, so now what we are gonna do is that we're gonna cover this this section right here, so it doesn't show up. And this part has 6 sections, or 6 squares or rectangles. So we're gonna use exactly the center of this piece and then go around. So I'm gonna put some glue here. And I'm gonna cover that section. And we do it this way because we are trying to make the beer cup look even all the way, like there was never a section there that we need to put together. And that will define the shape of the cup also. So now our cup has a rounded shape, which is what we want. And now we're gonna attach this piece, which is the one that simulates the foam for the beer cup. And what we are gonna do is that instead of doing this, we are gonna try to keep this section right here to be showing up only in the back of the bags. So the bags will go, or the lid will go that way. And so instead of starting from that section, we're going to start here because that's where the handle is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to start gluing from here instead. And I'm going to use glue also. And what we are going to count is 1, 2, and then start from here. The next step is going to be this piece. And we're going to start from the back. Next, we're going to put together the handle, and we're using these pieces. So this one is kind of like the longest piece. And this is the smaller one, which goes inside of these two pieces. So I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna start gluing one of the sides of this piece. And I'm gonna leave 2 of these little guys here because those are gonna be to cover the front of the handle that will go attached to the beer cap. Now I'm gonna start gluing this piece. This one's gonna be a little bit tricky or can be a little bit tricky because there is not much space. So you can decide if maybe hot glue will be better, so it gets dry quickly and you don't have to wait and goes there right away, or it gets glued right away. I'm just cutting this small section right here because it's gonna make it easier when I fold it. So now one of the sides is pretty much ready, and I'm gonna do the same with the other side like this. And this part will be easier because we already have the pieces in place for one of the sides. Now I have these sections folded, and here is where I'm gonna add glue to attach the handle to my beer cup, just like this. So now this one is pretty much ready. Ready to put some beer. Okay, so now I'm just checking the lid, and I'm just gonna add glue on the section that we left kind of open a little bit before, right here, and I'm just gonna use a clip to keep it there. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the hat, adding the other elements that are kind of more decorating pieces to give it the look as St. Patrick's Day. And I'm folding these little guys so they have a nicer look. And I'm using 3, but you can use as many as you want. So this piece is gonna go all around here, and you will see that looks kind of loose, but it's actually because you have to make it fit. Right here you have to make sure that it touches the score line that these pieces have, and also it has to go, it doesn't go right to the top. No, sorry, it doesn't go right to the bottom because this is kind of like a belt, right? So we need the main piece that goes to the center. So when you see that these two pieces get together with the score line is where you are gonna add glue and glue it. And don't worry if it feels loose, because that will get fixed once you attach the next piece. So you can see here that it doesn't go down to the top. It goes a little bit up, and it's because we need this piece right here. So I'm gonna glue it right here. Oh, the glue doesn't work. Okay, let's use hot glue. And then, so here we have now the hat with this piece. And what I'm gonna do is, just to keep it stable without moving, I'm gonna add glue in both sides. So now I'm gonna add these guys right here. And this is up to you how you want to decorate the hat. I think I may use 3 or maybe just 2. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. Let's see. I think 2 is enough. But as I said, you can decorate it the way you would like to. And after that, you are free to decorate it, or you can add the phrase St. Patrick's Day. You can add confetti inside and a couple chocolates or anything you can think as part of a gift or a favor bags. So this is pretty much it. You can see that this is a very cute gift bags. You can use even just the beer cup if you want, or use it also for any other occasion. Last thing I did is I use glossy accents. Sorry, went out of my mind. To give it that look for the foam part. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.